Hi Aries, welcome to my channel. This is a video reading for the month of February 2024. I haven't done a reading on my channel for a while, so if you stuck around, thank you so much. Welcome back. And if you're coming on my channel for the first time, welcome. It's nice to have you too. I wanted to use 3 decks for this video. I have the Slavic Legends Tarot as the main deck that I'll be reading from. I love this deck. I feel like it's so direct and bold the way that the readings come out. It's almost poetic, where it says it in such a beautiful way, almost like a story. So I hope you love it as much as I do. I have the Power of the Runes, and I do love the interpretations of the images in this deck. It's fun to have runes in card form too. And the third one is a deck that I've had on this channel. It was one of the decks that I first used on this channel when I was doing readings. So it's the Healing with the Fairies Oracle. So I'll pull out a card from this deck and then give my um, message, and then I'll give the message from the book in here. So I haven't pulled out any of the cards. I haven't turned over the cards yet. But I am getting that there is a delay in sorting a situation out. I'm mainly getting this with the person. So and one of the things that I was getting was cleanup. And the cards that I got for the rune deck and the healing with the fairies oracle, there's need and then there's family harmony. So that can definitely link to the delay of communication or resolving something with a person. Definitely other responsibilities, especially with need. Until something else gets resolved, it's really difficult for this person to be able to move forward. It does feel like it's in a big way because there's so many things. It feels mechanical where if there's a bolt loose, there's something not working, it the whole machine is not functioning. And that can affect the speed of this person too. So I'm starting to turn over the cards for the tarot portion of the reading. In the past position, it's the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles. Tends to be the slowest knight, but it's not a bad thing because it's a steady moving energy where this archetype tends to like sure footing. A person that doesn't want to move forward with a situation until other things again are resolved. Um, and if they are seeing the results that they're looking for, if it's fruitful enough, again with the coins or pentacles energy. The extra card that I got is the Chariot card. And it's interesting with the Chariot card because traditionally with the Chariot card you have two horses. In here you have two birds. Similarly, I would say that when you're pulling a chariot, the animals that are on the card are more on the cooperative side, where they go in a similar direction at the very least. And if they don't, it's not going to move as well as you would like it. Again, there's a lot of mechanics that go into this. And I feel like it's more than what we would like to have. With the birds being a white and black bird, there is also more of the balance and the harmony that goes into it too. The underlying energy is nice because it does feel like there is some type of understanding between one person and another. And when I say two people, it could also be with a corporation or linking to some business in a way, because we do have a couple of pentacle cards. So the underlying energy is the high priestess. And this would link to the awareness that you have with the Knight of Coins. What's good about the present energy that goes with the situation that's happening is that you have the Nine of Coins, the Nine of Pentacles. This tends to be a person that is established in a way where they're able to take care of things, where if there's something that needs to be tended to, or in specific cases paid for, then this person is able to accommodate those necessities. And it definitely feels like a person that produces, because there is a, with the goose there, almost like when they have their eggs, they're producing it themselves. It comes from them. So for the mind card, you have the judgment card. And the judgment card on here talks about the growth of things. You see that the environment is snowed. It has snow, but then there are the wild ferns in this picture, which ferns tend to be prehistoric. Well, they are prehistoric plants. They're one of those plants that are ones that can represent vitality, similarly to dandelions or other weeds. They can grow in places where others wouldn't be able to. And that's what makes it long lasting. That's what makes it so powerful. And um, I am getting the word vital. Being able to push forward, which is why it does seem like it's such a solid energy to this with the Nine of Coins and the Knight of Coins. There does seem to be a lot of tedious work and I would say planning that goes into this. This is a slow moving process, but there are so many things that link to the growth and validity of things. The overall energy is the Empress card. And this isn't the reading specifically for Taurus. Of course, if you wanted to look into this reading and you're a Taurus, you can do that. Just to say that it is a solid earth element sign where it's a person that can stand their ground. If we think of a mountain, and this is linking to the earth element, if where seeing if anything can move past the mountain, it would be difficult because it's solid. Say if you're an air elemental, so you're like the winds can't go through a mountain like that unless there's crevices, and even so, that would be difficult. It doesn't move, it stays in place. It grows, and even the small areas and organisms that are ingrained into this, a lot of things that we can't see, they're part of this growth process. There's a moose energy that I'm getting with the antlers, and the antlers seem to be um, to not be afraid of something so vast or in the grand scheme of things, because we think of a moose and a moose is a larger animal. In the immediate future, you have the Ace of Coins, which is big. I feel like even though it's the beginning of the Minor Arcana, it's a big thing for the Knight of Coins, because the Knight of Coins doesn't just go out and about and committing to something that he doesn't feel is up to par with what he's trying to accomplish or she's trying to accomplish. It doesn't necessarily need to be gender specific. This could also represent um, making that income, that resolution, or that deal that needed to happen. Carefully curated is what I'm getting, and things will be blooming. So the karmic card of why everything is happening, we have the Eight of Wands. It is an interesting card too. But with this one, because it's usually linked to something that's quick, I'm getting that this is something that's focused. Because this is also a card of aiming too. And the life force that the Phoenix has on there is such an energy that comes from this person or this card. Something that's igniting, something that starts up with the Ace of Coins. Your environment card is the Justice card. And does seem favorable because she's holding a candle and she's holding that flame, making that decision or initiating as if she is the judgment, even though there's the Judgment card. I'm saying judgment, and it could be linking to the judgment card that is in the mind position of what you're thinking or what could help with the clarity. Also, two major arcana cards. With the justice, I was thinking about judge in a courtroom. And I'm also thinking everything, it feels like there's a lot that a specific person has gone through, and things are finally turning to where whatever the consequences are meant to be are happening. In the hopes or fears, we have the Ten of Cups, which is such a sweet card after all of this because there's such a solid moving energy that you get from this reading where it does feel mainly earth energy, and I am getting that with the cards that show up too, where it feels like you're moving a boulder and you're moving it for a while. There is such a heaviness to it. Each step that you take matters, and it can definitely be tiring. But the hopes is the Ten of Cups were trying to get things back on track. Specifically with a specific person or being able to finish something off that has to be that's business related, that um needed to propel through, or even something that was mechanically mm, unhinged, where it needed to be fixed in some way. For the further future, it is interesting because there are some things that still need to play out. It's definitely still a slow energy. But I'm also getting it because of the figure that's represented in this reading too, because you have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands isn't the most conflicting energy, but there are some things that play out that aren't um, the biggest problems, but there are still things that need to be checked as if it's maintenance. And this could definitely be movement because I just keep thinking about a car and it needing to have these things repaired for it to run properly. So with the Five of Wands, you might need to get an oil change. But it could also be something that represents movement in your life in another way. It doesn't need to be a car. And with the need card, these things keep popping up, and it's almost as if they need to be resolved otherwise. It's one of those things in life where sure you're still gonna have this situation, but then life moves forward and another situation pops up, but you'll on top of what you're already needing to resolve. So with the hefty tasks, I would recommend staying consistent with it. Because it does seem like things can regulate. And things need to change. So I just lifted the deck up. The Five of Coins. Another Earth energy. I'm getting outsider energy too. Because the Five of Coins, it looks like it's almost as if she's covering herself to protect herself from something that's going on in her environment. Then you have the Tower. Which really goes with the need card too, because something is like at its breaking point. Where it's almost like the pressure keeps building up, and until something changes or until something's like released or resolved, it will force its way to change. And you can only stay in this position for so long until it'll just undo itself or it'll just change on its own because there's just so much pressure that goes on with it. Then two court cards, the Queen of Swords and the Page of Wands. The Queen of Swords is one that's um, one where it feels like it really is part of the catalyst energy for this reading, or curator, or something, or someone that is causing the force of change. Almost as if she's changing the ways of how something used to be. And it's such an adjustment because it does seem like such an extreme adjustment that everything kind of feels like it's crumbling with the Tower card. But with the Knight of Coins, standing your ground, especially on the side that you believe that you need to be on, the Knight of Coins is very much into having loyalty to something or someone. Then you have the Page of Wands, which starts the energy over in a way. That's what it feels like. And all the sunflowers, the fuel or the resources. And then I'll just show these and then I'll read the oracle message. A lot of minor arcana with the court cards too, but then they're so matched up with really intense court major arcana cards. So the Seven of Cups and then the Eight of Swords. And again with fixing the car with the Seven of Cups. What can I put my energy and resources towards? And the Eight of Swords can link to the further future, the Five of Wands, because it does seem like some surprises might pop up. And with her being tied and like her eyes are covered, sometimes they can be hard to see, even sense, to make the judgment call until what's there is more evident than what is right in front of you. So with family harmony, your relationships with family members are healing. As you hold loving thoughts and feelings about the souls involved, including yourself, you experience genuine harmony within your family. Every person in your life is affected by the beliefs and expectations, including your family members. By drawing this card, you're counseled to hold positive and loving thoughts about anyone who seems to be irritated hurt or hurt you. The more loving energy you send to each person, the more love will be directed back to you. Have patience. You are beginning to feel a great healing occurring in your family relationships. Your fairies ask you to think of 3 reasons why you are grateful for each member of your family. If one person seems to particularly frustrate you, think of 5 reasons why that person is worthy of love. Send blessings and prayers to that person, and relationship will show immediate signs of improvement. Affirmation: I see the goodness within each member of my family. My family life is harmonious and filled with love and joy. So that's a deep message for the beginning of the year. Everything will go well. Things that need to change will, but there's such a solid ground to this. So these changes will bring out a lot of growth and fulfilling experiences. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in another video.